Hi, Dr. Carr. This is my second reflection for the executive coaching model that I was using this semester. So I actually think that this got a lot easier, and it got a lot easier because I was able to find some pre-made documentation templates that I could use with my protege to help kind of move the process along and explain a little bit more what the coaching mentoring aspect was. It did help that he is a young PE teacher and he understands that whole concept of what it means to coach and kind of guide somebody along. It still was very hard, though, to not offer my advice or I would do this type of a thing, but he did a really great job. So in the evidence folder that we had to submit to you, there is, and I hope you should be able to listen to it, there is a recording of a conversation that we had that really showcased, I thought, the relationship that we are starting to create and that we hope to move forward in the fall. So I'd also like to share with you a few things that I found on the internet, and these were from the University of Chicago, I believe. They actually have an executive coaching handbook that is free to use for anyone. So the first thing that I had him do was fill out a strengths and weaknesses or developmental area chart, and he included in this a few things such as adaptive environments, reactionary time to situations in his classroom. We all need to work on that when I told him. Time management. He'd like to further his leadership skills. And he also listed listening, which I think is pretty great. I mean, we could all take a lesson in how to listen to something or to a student to make sure that, we understand what that trigger was that might have upset him or her. Okay? So we also created an individual development plan, and these were the things that he wants to work on, and I put in how we would measure that. So some of the things that he wants to work on is his time management, his grade book, getting attendance in, and I said that would be measured by making sure that all of his reports are turned in on time to our data manager so that she can submit that to the system so that grades and attendance and that kind of thing can go out for report cards. So I thought that was really good. Another thing that we did was develop a coaching plan. He wants to rely less on administrators to help him out in the classroom with classroom management. I think that's great. The type of students that we have don't really require a lot of assistance from administration, but when you're the new person and you're following in behind a successful teacher and the kids are kind of like, Unfortunately, he came in at the end, I think I mentioned this in the previous video, of the third 9 weeks, so he had to follow behind someone who had already established rules. And the problem that he said he came across was that they were trying to tell him, oh no, Mr. So-and-so didn't do it that way, when in actuality